Welcome to Piano Lessons, Fundamentals. Whether you're a complete beginner or looking to brush up on the basics, this lesson will set the foundation for your piano journey. Today, we'll be covering the essential building blocks of piano playing, including understanding the keyboard layout, proper hand posture, reading notes, and playing simple melodies. By the end of this lesson, you'll have a solid grasp of the piano fundamentals, and you'll be able to play basic songs with confidence. So, let's get started. Section 1. Understanding the keyboard. Let's begin by getting familiar with the piano keyboard. The piano has 88 keys, but don't let that intimidate you. It's made up of repeating patterns of white and black keys, and understanding these patterns will help you navigate the keyboard. White keys and black keys. The white keys represent the natural notes A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and the black keys represent sharps and flats. The black keys are arranged in groups of 2s and 3s. This pattern repeats across the keyboard. Finding middle C. Middle C is the starting point for most beginners. To find it, look for the group of 2 black keys in the middle of the keyboard. Middle C is the white key just to the left of the first black key in the group of 2. Octaves. The notes on the piano repeat in a series of octaves. For example, the C note repeats every 8 keys, giving you multiple Cs across the keyboard. This applies to every note, so once you know where C is, you can find all the other notes easily. Section 2. Proper hand posture. Now that we know our way around the keyboard, let's talk about hand posture. Proper hand posture is essential for playing comfortably and avoiding strain or injury. Sitting position. Sit at the piano with your back straight and shoulders relaxed. Your arms should be parallel to the floor, and your feet flat on the ground. Make sure you're close enough to the piano so that your fingers naturally rest on the keys without stretching. Curved fingers. Your fingers should be curved and relaxed, as if you're holding a small ball. This helps you maintain control and flexibility when playing. Avoid playing with flat fingers, as this can lead to tension. Thumb position. Your thumbs should rest lightly on the keys, but avoid tucking them under your fingers or overextending them. Keeping your thumbs relaxed and in a natural position will make it easier to play smoothly across the keyboard. Section 3. Reading music. The basics to play piano effectively. You'll need to understand how to read music. Don't worry, this may seem challenging at first, but we'll break it down step by step. The staff. Music is written on a set of 5 horizontal lines called the staff. Notes are placed on the lines and spaces of the staff. Each line or space represents a different note. Treble clef and bass clef. The piano uses 2 staves. The treble clef for higher notes, usually played with your right hand, and the bass clef for lower notes, usually played with your left hand. Middle C is a good reference point, as it sits between the 2 clefs. Note values. Notes have different shapes to indicate how long they should be played. A whole note lasts for 4 beats. A half note lasts for 2 beats. A quarter note lasts for 1 beat, and so on. Understanding these values is key to playing in rhythm. Section 4. Playing simple melodies. Now that we've covered the basics of reading music, let's apply what we've learned by playing a simple melody. We'll start with the C major scale, which uses only the white keys. The C major scale. The C major scale is a great starting point because it uses all natural notes, no sharps or flats. It consists of the notes C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and back to C. Place your right thumb on middle C and play the scale ascending C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, using each of your fingers in order. When you reach your third finger on E, cross your thumb under to continue the scale smoothly. Playing simple melodies. Let's try playing a simple melody like Mary Had a Little Lamb using the notes of the C major scale. Start with your right hand. E, D, C, D, E, 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 D, 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 E, G, G, E, D, C, D, E, 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 D, D, E, D, C. Take your time and focus on playing each note clearly. As you become more comfortable, try playing the melody at a steady tempo. Section 5. Left hand basics. Bass notes. Now that we've practiced with the right hand, let's get the left hand involved. In most piano music, your left hand will play bass notes or chords to accompany the melody. Left hand position. Start by placing your left hand thumb on middle C and your other fingers on the notes below B, A, G, and F. Just like with the right hand, keep your fingers curved and relaxed. Playing simple bass notes. Let's add some bass notes to A Mary Had a Little Lamb. Play a C note with your left hand whenever you start a new phrase in the melody. For example, play C with your left hand as you begin the first line E, D, C. Play C again at the start of the second line, and so on. This simple accompaniment gives your playing more depth and a fuller sound. Section 6. Practicing with both hands. Now comes the challenge of playing with both hands together. Start slowly and break it down step by step. Hands together coordination when first playing with both hands. It's important to practice slowly. Focus on keeping your rhythm steady and your hand movements smooth. Practice tip hand independence if you're struggling to coordinate both hands. Practice each hand separately until you feel comfortable. Then, gradually put them together, starting with just a few notes at a time. Section 7. Introduction to chords. In addition to playing melodies and bass notes, chords are an essential part of piano playing. A chord is a group of notes played together to create harmony. Basic major chords. The most common chord you'll start with is the major chord. A C major chord consists of 3 notes, C, E, and G. To play it, place your thumb on C, your middle finger on E, and your pinky on G. Practicing chord progressions. Chord progressions are sequences of chords that form the harmony of a song. One common progression is the I Roman 4 VI progression, which in the key of C would be C major C, E, G F major F, A, C, G major G, B, D back to C major. Practice switching between these chords smoothly to build your coordination and strengthen your hands. Section 8. Wrapping up practice tips. You've covered a lot in this first lesson, from understanding the keyboard to reading music, playing melodies, and even getting started with chords. It's important to practice regularly to build your muscle memory and reinforce what you've learned. Here are some tips for effective practice. Start slow when learning new material. Always start slow and gradually increase your speed as you become more comfortable. Break it down if something feels challenging. Break it down into smaller sections and work on each part individually before putting it all together. Be patient. Learning the piano takes time and consistency. Don't get discouraged if progress feels slow. Every step you take brings you closer to mastery. Outro. That concludes our first piano fundamentals lesson. You've taken the first steps in your piano journey, and with practice, you'll continue to improve and build upon these skills. In the next lesson, we'll dive deeper into chords, scales, and playing with more expression. Thanks for joining me today. Keep practicing, and I'll see you in the next lesson.